welcome our second guest. And she is a graduate of the College of Dentistry of Centro Escolar University. Magkasunod lang kami nito. Younger? Older? Siyempre younger siya. No? She is into orthodontics and aesthetic dentistry. So in both disciplines, she has her special studies. And her clinical practice is in 2 dental clinics, one in Batangas and one in Makati, the Brual Dental Clinic. Of course, the past president of the Batangas City Dental Chapter and also a member of the Makati Dental Chapter. The PDA House of Delegates Speaker of the House, talagang Speaker of the House, in 2019 to 2021. And parliamentarian until now. No? The past president of the Philippine Dental Association, this is in 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, the present Philippine Dental Association Executive Vice President, Dr. Maria Isabel Marisa Brual.
Thank you, Honorable Dean Godoy, and good afternoon, Honorable Dean Merlin Go, sa mga taga-panood, taga-pakinig. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. I am very pleased to be part of this segment this afternoon as we will be discussing Republic Act 9484 or the Philippine Dental Act of 2007, as this is the law of the 3 dental health professionals, the dentist, the dental hygienist, and the dental technologist. And we will also be discussing other important matters. Good afternoon and stay with us.
Okay, so we have 2 very important guests, the officer in charge of the Professional Regulatory Board of Dentistry and also the Executive Vice President and the former President of the Philippine Dental Association. So we will start the ball. Okay. Meron tayong mga ibang professions or sub-professions under dentistry. Pwede po ba natin maipaliwanag o how can we differentiate a dentist at ang isang dental hygienist, ang isang dental technologist, at isang dental technician? Can we have Doc Maris first?
Thank you, Dean Godoy. First, let me state Republic Act 9484. That's Article 1, Section 4, the definition and states and the definition and scope of practices of the 3 dental health professionals, the dentist, the dental hygienist, and the dental technologist. So a dentist performs any operation or part of an operation inside the oral cavities of a human being, the teeth, the jaws, and the surrounding tissues. Okay? Then the dental hygienist performs oral examination, performs oral prophylaxis, takes radiographic x-rays, and they can also give dental health education and oral promotion to the patients under the direct supervision of a licensed dentist. So therefore, if the dental hygienists will be going beyond the scope and definition of their practices, they are therefore considered as illegal practitioners. Number 3, dental technologists, they perform the technical and the mechanical aspects of by fabricating dentures and other oral appliances inside the patient's mouth under the direct supervision of a licensed dentist. Again, dental technicians, they are not allowed to take impressions inside the patient's mouth. They are not allowed to perform dental extractions that are duly reserved for the members of the professional order of dentists and other procedures inside the patient's mouth.
Thank you, Doc Maris. Dr. Go, can you differentiate further? Ano po ba ang mga tasks ng mga dental technician at saka dental hygiene? Very much. Doc Maris, paano kung may paglabag na ginawa ang isang dentista o yung hindi lisensyadong dentista? Ang tawag natin ay illegal practitioner ba?
Yes, opo. So under Republic Act 9484, Article 5, Section 33, the penal provision and enforcement of this act, the sanction. Okay? So any person who practices the profession with whom the definition of the practice of dentistry, dental hygiene, and dental technology does not exist is an illegal practitioner. Meaning to say, even the dental hygienists, dental technologists who are going beyond the scope of practices that have been stated under Article 1, Section 4 of Republic Act 9484, they are considered as illegal practitioners. And under Article 5, Section 33, the penal provision, after the conviction, after the due process of law, a fine of not less than 200,000 pesos but not more than 500,000 pesos, imprisonment of not less than 2 years but not more than 5 years, or both, upon the discretion of the court. Of course, there is a due process involved, and the Philippine Dental Association is adapting to Republic Act 10173 or the Data Privacy Act of 2012. As we believe we respect the fundamental rights to privacy of any human being, and as suspected, the illegal practitioner is considered innocent until proven guilty.
Yan ang ating legal basis at kung anong mangyayari kapag tayo ay naglabag sa ating batas. Sa ngayon po ba, Honorable Go, at iba-iba na yung tawag ko eh. May Dean, may Honorable, may Doctor. Doc Merlin, ilan na po ba ang dentists natin ngayon at present dito sa Pilipinas?
At present po ang
Paano naman po, Doc Maris, ang nilalaman ng clinic in terms of practice?
Yes po. So, I must state the provision of the Code of Ethics, Dental Code of Ethics of Dentists. It is very specific in Article 2, Section 12, subsection 12.5, the evidence of professional credentials. Number 1, valid certificate of registration to practice dentistry, valid professional identification card issued by the Board of Dentistry, certificate of proficiency, certificate of residency issued by specialty board, and the government documents that are duly required by the government. So that is as stated in the Code of Ethics of the dentist.
Okay, so ayan yung ating mga documentary requirements. Para sigurado tayo, hanapin ninyo ang Certificate of Registration ng isang dentista pagpasok ng clinic. Kasama po yung kanilang diploma. Nakalagay dapat iyan sa kanilang reception area. Ayan. At of course, a dental clinic would not be possible pag walang importanteng machines, dental chair, x-rays, gadgets, ay baka ilalagay lang yan, o di kaya sa kotse kayo gagawin. That's different, ha? Mga illegal practitioners yan. Kailangan nasa dental clinic po tayo. Okay, ano po yung mga different specialization? Kasi kanina, nag-introduce ako kay sa ating po bang panahon ngayon, madaming challenges, no? Maraming challenges at saka concerns ang dentistry and dentists as well in our country. Paano kaya ito, Doc Marisa, ikaw bilang Executive Vice President, lahat ng mga problema ng chapters, ng mga dentists under your care, ano kaya ang mga ito?
Alright. Okay. So as I observe, no, and as I deal with the different complaints coming from the members of our association, there is an exodus of dentists, especially the government dentist ratio versus the populace. Meaning to say, marami hong pasyente pero kulang ang dentista. Okay? So that's number 1. So number 2, the mushrooming of illegal practitioners. Okay? Those illegal practitioners who are not just hurting our profession, but are putting the lives of our patients into danger. Indeed, this is alarming, and this is a perennial problem of our association, the Philippine Dental Association. That is why we are into a massive campaign against illegal practice of dentistry, and this has been cascaded from regions 1 to 13 to 123 members, chapters of our association. 123 chapters and affiliates, so to speak. So those are the challenges that as Executive Vice President of the Philippine Dental Association is very much aware of.
Okay. Doc Merlin, paano kaya natin ma-resolve ito? Or the PRC and the Philippine Dental Association are working hand in hand on this. Pero alamin muna natin, Doc Maris, ano po ba ang mga usual procedures na ginagawa ng mga dentista? Yung karamihan na kinoconsult ng ating mga pasyente when they go to our dental clinics.
Okay, so in my 29 years of practice, so oral prophylaxis, extraction, aesthetic enhancement, no, like the veneers, okay. So what's this? Zirconia and fixed bridges, root canal treatment, no, and of course like the dentures. Okay.
Ayun. Doc Merlin, you have anything more?
Apo. Sa ngayon po kasi nauuso yung tinatawag nating implant na isasama yun
correct.
sa implant dentistry, wherein in the new curriculum ng CHED is na ipapasama na po yung ganong subject. Kasi tayo as a growing country, so nagde-develop din po tayo.
Okay. So, thank you. Ano po kaya ang magiging consequence kapag hindi registered dentist ang gumawa sa bibig ng ating mga pasyente?
Okay.
Doc Maris.
Yeah. So, of course, there are effects and consequences of being treated by an illegal practitioner. Okay. So, number one, infection caused by cross-contamination. We know for a fact that those illegal practitioners are not knowledgeable of the infection control protocol, are not knowledgeable of sterilization technique. So, therefore, there are microorganisms there are bacteria that can be transferred from one patient to another. Okay? Ang pasyente pwedeng magkaroon ng tetanus, HIV virus, herpes simplex, and the most common, the upper respiratory tract infection caused by Streptococcus pneumoniae and Mycoplasma. So yung infected instruments, pag ginamit sa isang pasyente na hindi naman in-sterilize, mapupunta yon at makokontaminate ang pasyente. Okay? So, one typical example of a patient that has been treated by an illegal practitioner, nagpabunot. Hindi naman knowledgeable sa anatomy kasi hindi naman nag-aral ng dentistry. Okay? Naputo lang root, napunta sa maxillary sinus, nagkaroon ng abscess, na ospital, hanggang namatay. Soft tissue laceration, okay? Yung pagdurugo ng gilagid, bone resorption, pagliit ng buto. Meron nagpalagay ng braces, hindi naman nag-aral ng orthodontics, hindi alam yung proper height, umuga ang ngipin, eventually nauwi sa bunot. Facial asymmetry, tumabingi ang pisngi. Okay? Temporomandibular dysfunction, tumabingi ang baba because of malocclusion. Meron naman nagpapustiso, ginamitan ng tray, hindi sterile ang tray, nagka-hepatitis B, C, D. The most effective route of hepatitis B, C, D is through a contaminated needle and blood from one person to another. So, pag nagpapustiso ka sa hindi lehitimong dentista, okay, pwedeng overextended yung ginawang pustiso, magkakaroon ka ng epulis fissuratum or yung laman dito, magkakaroon ka ng speech defect kasi ill-fitted ang denture. Okay? So, magkakaroon ka ng facial asymmetry pagtabingi ng muka. Okay? So, those are just few of the effects and consequences of being treated by an illegal practitioner.
Okay, thank you, Doc Maris. Dean? Okay, thank you, Dean. Ano pa ang mga action ngayon? Ano bang ginagawa? So, maraming agencies ang humahabol sa ating mga illegal practitioners. May aksyon ang PRC, may aksyon ang PDA. Pero ito naman ay collective effort. Sama-sama, no? So, ano ba ang sa part ng PRC, Dean, ang ginagawa ng PRC for illegal practice?
Okay, on the part of the Board of Dentistry, PRC Board of Dentistry, we have a regular inspection of dental clinic wherein we are looking at the validity and proficiency of the dental clinic in dentist inside the dental clinic rendering service to our beloved patient. Yun po yung lagi naming ginagawa, regular na pagbisita sa mga dentista.
Sa part po ng PDA, ano po kaya yung action?
Yes, we have a committee on that, Committee on Illegal Practice of Dentistry, and that is a well-funded committee wherein there is a massive campaign against illegal practice of dentistry. This is being coursed through the different chapters and affiliates from regions 1 to 13. So we are in close coordination with the 3 government law enforcers, PNP, CIDG, and NBI. They are in full support to us, to the different chapters, from day 1 up to the last day. Okay? So first, the chapter will identify the names of the suspected illegal practitioner. Then they will submit the complete name to PDA. Then PDA will submit the name to PRC for verification, for certification, if that practitioner is a license or not. And then the certification coming from PRC will be coursed through to the PDA and to the chapter. Then the chapter will coordinate with PNP, CIDG, and NBI. And then there must be an affidavit of complaint. As a rule of thumb, it should be coming from the 3 enforcers. But if they will deny that, the chapter will have to execute that affidavit of complaint. And when it is in place already, entrapment operation has to be planned. Ocular inspection, verification of the suspected illegal practitioner, whether a minor, if he or she is a minor, we need to coordinate with the DSWD. If it is a female, we need to assign a female enforcer to avoid harassment issue. After which, there must be an asset who will pose as a patient. And when the commission of the crime is in place or the flagrante delicto is already in place, the arresting officer will arrest the suspected illegal practitioner or the SIP, after which inquest proceedings will follow. It could last for 12 hours, 18 hours, or 36 hours depending on the gravity of the case committed. After which, it will then be forwarded to the prosecutor's office. The prosecutor will find a probable cause, prima facie evidence based on the impression being achieved by the prosecutor. Then after which, nasa waiting period po ang chapter. The duty of the chapter is to take cognizant of the status of the case. And then they have to forward the status of the case to the Philippine Dental Association. We just hope and pray that all cases filed and those suspected illegal practitioners be convicted. Thank you.
Marami po ba sila? Madam
Marami ho,
Executive Vice President.
Madam Dean Godoy, marami. Halos araw-araw ho, si Dr. Nerissa Rago, siya po yung chairman. And of course, with the blessing of the President of the Philippine Dental Association, with his full support, Dr. Ronaldo Nunez, and the entire executive board, we are aggressively addressing the campaign against illegal practice of dentistry. And we are in full support financially and legal aid.
Okay, parang mabigat na warning yun coming from our Executive Vice President of the Philippine Dental Association. Simple lang. So yung mga illegal practitioners natin, please watch out. Actually, meron tayong mga sources of illegal practice. Ang isang graduate ba ng dentistry na hindi pa pumapasa ng examination ay pwede na mag-handle ng pasyente sa isang private clinic? Honorable Merlin Go?
Pagka sa ganong sitwasyon, hindi po siya ina-allow na mag-practice ng dentistry. Tulad po ng sabi ko kanina, the only legal basis or the only legal document that one can actually practice dentistry in the Philippines is the certificate of registration after oath-taking.
Okay. Honorable Go, papaano kung siya ay graduate, nahuli siyang nag-practice, siya ba ay pwede pa kumuha ng board exam?
From the time po na nireklamo po siya at kukuha po siya ng board exam, depende po yan. Ano po yung ireklamo sa kanya?
Kung siya po ay nag-treat na ng pasyente, siya ba ay pwede pang payagan kumuha ng board exam?
Depende po yan kung,
sa status.
kung may case na po na na-file.
Kung may na-file na. So, ang isang undergraduate ay hindi dapat mag-treat ng pasyente outside the school. Kasi sa eskwelahan, meron tayong mga teachers, clinical instructors na mag-guide, who are responsible for the care doon sa ating mga pasyente. Sa labas ng eskwelahan ay wala na.
Opo. Meron po ako sabi nga po, the rule of law. Mm-hmm. No one should be convicted not unless proven guilty.
Okay.
So pagka nasentensyahan po siya, then that's the time.
Lahat naman iyan ay dumadaan sa due process.
Opo.
So ating mga comments sa ating Facebook page. Greetings to Maggie Unta. Okay, nasa huling segment na po tayo ng ating Tatak Professional, episode 30 of the 4th season. So, sa ngayon, manghihingi na tayo ng kanilang mga closing messages, reminders para sa ating mga televiewers, sa ating mga dentists, at saka mga future dentists. At saka, baka pwede may warning ulit ang ating mga illegal practitioners. So we will start with our Doc. Marisa Broal, the Executive Vice President of the Philippine Dental Association, for her closing message.
Thank you so much. To the public, please be knowledgeable of those important documents that a practitioner shall possess. Bear in mind the effects and consequences of these practices that might be incurred when you are being treated by these illegal practitioners. Remember na hindi ho sila nag-undergo ng formal education. Dito, pwedeng nakita lang nila sa Google ang procedure and then i-apply ho sa inyo. And of course, bear in mind the effects and consequences, mga sakit na makukuha ninyo kapag ka illegal practitioner ang nag-treat sa inyo. And also, I would like to take this opportunity to the high school students who are quite confused on what to take up during college. Please consider dentistry. Dentistry is a very dynamic profession, as we are all bounded with the scope and definition of practices, and we can see the oral manifestations of certain diseases coming from our system. Dentistry is unique that we get in touch with the different professions. As we are the frontliners, we see at first the diseases inside the oral cavity. So, till then, I say thank you sa mga taga-panood sa mga kapwa ko dentista, sa mga illegal practitioners, you might want to change your mind after watching this segment. Thank you so much and a pleasant afternoon to everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen,